Hi, I'm Philip Lempa with APEC Virtual Selling, where we help companies sell more SaaS by leveraging modern virtual selling strategies. In this video, we're going to discuss how to keep people engaged in your virtual meetings with 3 simple steps. Step 1 is setting the right foundation for the meeting. So it's the things you can do before the actual meeting to make sure that people will be engaged. So what you can do here is you can make sure that the purpose is very clear. So why are we having this meeting? Why are people invited? Set a very clear agenda. So provide in advance what you're planning to discuss and hopefully the outcome you're trying to get as well. And also make sure you actually invite the right people to the meeting. So have a think about that. This is quite important. So if people, they don't know what the meeting is going to be about, they cannot prepare, they're probably not going to be very engaged. And if they don't think they should be included, they're not the right person, chances are they really won't be very engaged either. The other thing that you can do also in your agenda, or maybe as you're discussing the meeting with people, is to make sure to stress that this will be a virtual meeting with video. So encourage video, as there's actually quite a bit of evidence out there that for meetings where video is encouraged or required, engagement is certainly higher. Step 2, things you can do at the start of the meeting. So as you start in the meeting, people arrive or you're there a couple of minutes early. It's very important, to the degree that you can, depending on the size of the meeting, you speak to everybody at the start to make sure that they feel included and they feel that they have something to say. So you try to make sure you talk to everybody. Also, if need be, you have to make sure that there are proper introductions and everybody that's on the call, because hopefully from step 1, they're there for a reason, that they are introduced and everybody knows everybody else on the call. The other thing you need to do as the meeting starts is remind people the purpose of the meeting and the desired outcome. And also tell people that you are counting on their participation and, give some good reasons as to why, right? So if it's, let's say, an internal meeting where you're trying to come up with a consensus to move something forward, you can stress how important the input is from everybody. Or if it's a prospect meeting and you're trying to figure out the solution, you have to remind them that it is very crucial because you're designing the solution, you're picking the right bundle based on their input, right? Also, if people are still slow or maybe resisting a little bit, have something prepared as to why video is important and encourage them to turn it on. Step 3, running the actual meeting. So here it's important to try to be as engaging, try to naturally appear as engaging as you can. So think about how you talk, think about turning on your charisma a little bit if you can. Also keep in mind that no matter how engaging you are, it is natural for people's attention span and engagement to maybe drop off slightly as you get deeper into the meeting. Typically, the attention spans are at their finest at the start of the meeting and also at the end of the meeting. So think about your maybe some content you'll be presenting or some key messaging. Think about perhaps stressing the important things at the end and at the start and at the end. So as you go deeper into that meeting, make sure you have things prepared that will ensure people are interacting with you in the meeting in ways other than just talking, right? So perhaps a good idea here is having a virtual whiteboard on a Zoom meeting, let's say, so you can get people's input, or you could run a poll as well to see what people are thinking. So there's quite a few possibilities here, but the idea is here to have things prepared so the meeting is not only you conversing with others that are participating. So make sure you have those interactive tools. And also I would like to stress, again, I talk about this in some of my other videos, make sure also to have plenty of visuals to engage people who are more visual, and also, give them a reason to stay engaged in the meeting, as opposed to just maybe talking in the meeting, but being somewhere else. So other than preparing all these different things we talked about, it's also important that you are very observant in the meeting and try to be agile, think on your feet, and switch things up if need be. So if you see people fading out, you can bring out some of the different things we talked about to keep the meeting interactive. Also, if you see particular people fading out, you can try to bring them back in a non-confrontational way, of course, asking them for input, trying to interact with them. I'm hoping these tips were useful. If you have something else that works quite great in terms of keeping people engaged in a virtual meeting, make sure to leave it in a comment. And in general, if you like this content, give us some interaction, subscribe to our channel so that we can be motivated and we have some feedback that this is useful and we can produce more of this content.